Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to learn how to knit another baby blanket, and this is the last one for now. For some reason I keep on wanting to knit baby blankets for my friends' babies, so I came up with a few patterns which I will link down below if you haven't seen those videos. This is the last one, and for this one I'm using this kind of like wavy, ripply textured stitch. I believe it's called Feather and Fan, I'm not sure. But as you can see, we have stitches going in, stitches going out, and it looks so complicated. It looks like, oh my goodness, I have to do so many things and I can't watch Netflix while I'm knitting this blanket. But I'm telling you, this is the easiest that I've done, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Now let me talk to you about the yarn. This is the one that I'm using. For the other ones I used Drops Muscat, which is 100% cotton, and for this one, which is a little bit lighter, I'm using Cotton Light, which is 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It's machine washable, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it doesn't say, but yeah, it's fine to machine wash it. And I didn't really follow the gauge or the needles that were requested, because it's a blanket. It doesn't really matter if it's 2 inches wider or longer, and I did size up in the needle, so I'm using 4.5 millimeters instead of 4 millimeter needles to make it a little bit more drapey. And for this blanket, I've already knitted one in pink, but for this one I'm gonna use 8 or 9 skeins. I will see as I go along, because sometimes each yarn knits differently, and depends also how you knit. If you're a loose knitter, then you might need 8. If you're a tight knitter, you might use 9 or even 10. You can make it a rectangle if you want. You can make it a square. So I suggest not less than 8 skeins per blanket. So anywhere between 8 and 10 I think you should do. This stitch is worked on a multiple of 18, and this is one repeat, I would say. And for my blanket I did a cast on of 162, which makes it a 9 repeat of the pattern. It measures just over 1 square meter when it's finished, maybe 120, 130 centimeters when it stretches, because when you wash it, and I usually hand wash it, and then I put it on a spin cycle in the washing machine, and then I spread it on a towel on the floor, and I kind of like make all the edges straight, and I pull these ones, so then they stay nicely like this when it dries up. It kind of expands, but it's even better if it expands. But yeah, let me show you how to work this blanket. And for this one, I'm not going to do a small sample for you. I'm just going to knit a few rows of the pattern on the big blanket. Okay, so like I said, you do your cast on, and I recommend 162 stitches, and then you work a setup row, which is purl through all stitches, and I'll show you why I like to do that. So when I do my cast on, this is what it looks on the right side, and this is what it looks on the wrong side. And I quite like this side to be on my right side, obviously, because it looks like the right side. But when I finish my cast on, if I start working straight on in the stitch, this will turn to be my right side, and I don't want that. So you finish your cast on of 162 stitches, and then you purl through all those stitches, and that will bring you on the right side of your work right here. And then you're ready to start the stitch, which is a 4-row repeat on 18 stitches, 18 stitch sections, and you have nine sections of 18 stitches, 162. You can do the maths. If you want the blanket bigger, you just add 18 stitches to that, or you know, however many you want. But once you're ready to start on your right side, you will start with this. We're gonna knit two together 3 times, and I knit through the back loop because I'm continental, and if you're English, knit through the front loop. Knit however you want, just knit 2 together 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So this is where the stitches go in, and now we're going to do the section where the stitches go out. So we're going to knit 1, yarn over 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to knit 2 together 3 times again. So 1, 2, 3 times. And that is it. You repeat this, knit 2 together 3 times, knit 1 yarn over 6 times, knit 2 together 3 times until the end of your row. Let me just show you one more repeat, and then we'll go on time lapse. So knit 2 together 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Knit 1 yarn over 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and knit 2 together 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now this is the only row where you need to count and you need to pay a little bit of attention, but you will always, like, if you get lost, you can always count. Like for example here you see we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the beginning, knit 2 together 3 times, and then you count, knit 1 yarn over once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and then you see that you're on the right track with knit 2 together 3 times. You can see here. So you can't really get lost, and it's easy to go back, you know, and take, like, let me show you. Like, let's say that I should have started knit 2 together here. All you have to do is go through the stitches and pull them back, and there you go, you just unraveled your work. So it's foolproof, honestly. So continue this first row until the end, and then I'll show you what we do on row number 2. Apologize for the sound in the first part of the video. I forgot to plug in my microphone. I'm sorry. I just stopped before I finish my row because I want to show you the end of it. So we've done knit 2 together 3 times, and then you're gonna knit 1 yarn over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll end up with 6 stitches, which will turn into 3. So knit 2 together 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So that is row number 1 done, and now the next 3 rows are very, very easy. I'll show you. So you turn your work, and we're gonna knit through all stitches to the end of the row, and that will create this ridge here. So you turn your work, and we're gonna knit through all stitches to the end of the row, and that will create this ridge here. So we're gonna knit all stitches. So here we have a yarn over, and we're just gonna knit it like this through the front so it makes the hole. There you go. We knit through all stitches, and that will create the purl bumps on the right side, which gives it this nice ripple effect. All right, now we're ready for row number 3, which is pretty much the same as row number 2. We're gonna knit through all stitches to the end of the row. This is what it looks like. So you have purl bumps here, and you're just gonna knit all those stitches to the end of the row. Oops. It's very easy to, that's one thing I don't like about this yarn. It's not very tight twisted, so it's very easy to split stitches, and it kind of like frays like this, the ends fray like this. It's the downside of this this yarn, but I mean, it's still nice, and it's very soft, and it's good for babies because it's not like frizzy, so it doesn't pile. It won't get in the baby's mouth, but you will have a lot of ends to weave in, which I hate, especially for cotton, because you kind of have to weave them in properly, otherwise they're going to come out in the wash, especially if you machine wash this blanket. But it's not hard to do. I think I have a video, I will link it down below, on how I weave in ends for cotton projects. But yeah, we just knit all the stitches to the end, and then we have one more row in this 4 rows repeat, and I'll show you when we're done with this. All right, we're done with row number 3, and we're ready for the last row of the repeat, which is purl all stitches. So I told you it's very simple, very, very simple. You just need to pay attention to row number 1, and then the others are just knit all stitches, and then the 4th row, purl all stitches. And you just purl all the way to the end of your row. Now I will try to write the pattern so you can download it as a PDF on Ravelry like the other 2 baby blankets. Do give me a bit of time, as I've been very busy these last few weeks. As you could see, I didn't post much, but you will find out hopefully soon why that was. It is exciting though for me. But yeah, purl all stitches, and then start over again with row number 1, then move to 2 and 3 and 4, and repeat that until you finish your skeins. And I just want to keep on purling until I get to the end of my skein, so I can see you how I attach a new one. I mean, it's very simple, and I'm sure you know how to do it, but maybe someone needs to see it. So since I'm finishing my skein, I said it's good if I can put that in the video as well. So I usually go on until I have just a bit left of yarn. I'm sorry about the lighting. I keep apologizing in today's video. We've had like 6 weeks of sunshine and heat in London, and I'm talking 28, 30, 32 degrees, melting hot. I mean, I hated it. I don't mind sunshine. Obviously, I love sunshine, but when it gets so hot, I just do not like it. And today, when I had the time to film, obviously it's cloudy. I do hope it would rain, but it doesn't look like it will. So as you can see, I'm nearly at the end of my skein, and I'll leave a few inches like that, and then I take my new skein, find the end, which is usually inside, and I leave about this long of an end as well, and I put it, it's going to be a purl, so I hold it with my right hand here like this, and then I start working with it. So I purl for a few stitches, and then I stop and I make 3 knots usually, because it's cotton, so you kind of need to, you know, secure it. So the first one, I don't tighten it very much, just about this much, and then I do another one and I pull on the yarn a bit more, and then the third one I really pull on the yarn, and that will secure it. And then obviously when I weave in the end, I will secure it even more, and just continue working with the new skein of yarn. And I do recommend that you weave in the ends as you go, otherwise you're going to end up with so many at the end and you're just going to dread it. I haven't because I've been taking this on the train with me, and you know, I didn't want to take needles and everything, but I do recommend that you do it like that. But yeah, this is the Ripples blanket, Feather and Fen blanket, baby blanket, whatever you want to call it. If you have any name suggestions, please put them down below and I could change the name of it. Yeah, let's do a contest and see who comes up with the best name for this blanket. That would be cool, because it would be the name that you choose for it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I will see you soon with a new video. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in comments down below. And I have to say, it's going to be an excited few months for me. I will try to do some more videos, and I was thinking maybe to introduce some other kinds of crafty, maybe foodie videos on my channel. Let me know what you think, and yeah, enjoy knitting, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.